Operational Services GIS portal, and today we are going to look at another application using ArcGIS Server and a number of other data that we combine together. In particular, this one is going to be relating to the Development As-Built Retrieval program. And that is actually located, if you look at the spatial menu, all the way down, as-built roadways, developments. Okay, so this is our application. Now I just want to touch base a little bit on the history of this. Number of departments and staff members have asked to have the ability to download a variety of as-built data relating to each department. Now this gets kind of interesting sometimes because some prefer GIS data in PDF format. Others say no, we want the actual source data. You can send it in a JPEG or other raster format. And then we still have others that say no, we want it in a CAD format because, for instance, the engineers, they like using as-built data in CAD. It's much easier to design or modify future projects with. And so we have a variety of needs. And when we were first looking at this, because it did involve a lot of time to develop this application, it actually took over a year and a half to develop this program because it was so extensive. And what we decided is, rather than recreating the wheel several times for the different departments and users, we're going to have a universal portal that will have something for everyone. Okay, so with that, you see this development, just click on that and it's going to bring the ArcGIS Server app up. And if you don't see anything right away, just hit this refresh button up here. Okay, and we'll also refresh the button, and then it can bring it right back up. So sometimes you might get a blank screen, so just hit the refresh. Okay, basically what you're looking at is you're looking at plat boundaries or something significant, some significant boundary, one or the other, and that's in orange. As you can see here, it's displayed in orange on top of an aerial background with different road designation. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and look at how do we actually use this application. Well, let's say you're interested in pulling as-built data in a particular area, and we'll go ahead, and what you can do is you can hold down, click the pan button, and you can actually scroll right here to the right, for example. And let's say we are interested in Windsor Palm area. Okay, I happen to know what this app is. It's very familiar to me. So you click on the I identify button here, and then you click in anywhere inside this orange polygon. Okay, and it's going to go ahead, and under the results tab you'll see a new heading pop up. Click the plus, then you'll see dbo.plat. I want you to click on the plus to expand it. It'll say Windsor Palm, and then we click it again, and then we're going to scroll down, open that window, and you'll see a hyper development. Okay, now this is our universal portal, Development As-Built. Sometimes when people are looking here, they want to get an overall feel. They may want to go ahead and look at a PDF, for example. You can click on, say, 50A, and you can see this area here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in this area here. Sometimes people will use this, and this PDF may be used for maybe an AT&T or Comcast permit. Maybe they're going to put a line down on this side near this water main, not going across, so they don't really need to see the force main or the reuse line. They're just interested in this blue pipe, which is the potable water. So if they're just going to go down here, what they can do then is just concentrate on the water theme, water as-built. Now everything here is kind of coded. So let me just go over this real quick. This is a Utility Atlas PDF. Gives you an overall picture just like what I showed you just now. This is an AutoCAD as-built. Then you have as-built separated water, sewer, drainage, reuse, and legal drawings. Sometimes you may be interested in a plat. So if we actually have that and it's available, you can scroll down here as well. Now I'm going to give you an example. We were just looking at that Atlas 58 on the water main. Sometimes people will say, well, let me, I like to see that, but I like to go ahead and see maybe in a source format. So they can actually do that. And this one here, I'm going to click on the AutoCAD version, and you can go ahead and do that as well, and zoom in using AutoCAD tools. Now if you don't have AutoCAD, that's okay. There is a freeware, a free TrueView. It's called TrueView, DWG TrueView, and it will allow you to view the AutoCAD files. And we're going to have a link so you can download it, and you probably have to get MIS to install it for you, but you can just put a work order in and they'll have that up for you in a jiffy. So now you can zoom in here, and you can see the different sewer lines, and it's coded differently, but everything's inside here. Now I'm going to point out they have the sewer here in yellow, and then the potable water here in purple, but it's not the themes that we actually use. But this is the actual source data before we convert it over to the standard format. Okay, and so this is one format that people will use if they want to look at the source data. They can do so. I'm going to close that out. Now inside here you'll see some acronyms or symbology. You see AWSR. A stands for the as-built. W is water, S is sewer, R is reuse. So sometimes it'll be 1 or 2 or maybe 3 or 4. So you have to look at. You can look inside here. This is just as-built water and sewer. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as the letters are all the same, this is all A, so this is all the same family set. Sometimes the letter at the end will change. That's A, it goes to A. All this is from the same group of as-builts all the way down. Sometimes they do a modification, or it might be a new edition. It'll change to a B, or maybe even a C, which designates a different set of plans. Okay. So, having said that, you saw the AutoCAD. Maybe sometimes people want to look at just the JPEG. They want to look at the signature version. Okay, they like to see signatures. So we have signature folks. Want to make sure that it is the original and it's authentic. That what they're looking at is real and true. So they may prefer this format as well. And wherever you're interested, just put the cursor over it and click on it, and it zooms in. And click on it again and zoom out, and it's very handy. So you can do that with the sewer, drainage, even reuse. Sometimes you just want to look at the reuse only. If it's available, if there is reuse, you can go and use this tool as well. So it's very useful. Here it says reuse main, pointing here, and it kind of curves down and goes in. So that's another way of using that tool. Now sometimes even just the plat, sometimes I like to look at the cover page first. Windsor Palms cover page, see all the signatures. It gives a description, dedication. People like to look at dedications, the tracks, and who's maintaining what. You know, this is a very good source here. So you can do that as well. And also, if you want to email this or any of these drawings, you can right click here and say email picture. We'll just attach, and it loads it on there, and you can go ahead and email that as well. And you can also save it and print it, whatever you decide to do. There's so many different ways to handle this. So now we're going to go back to the portal, and in here, similar acronyms. A is as-built, W is water, S is sewer. Okay, some of these combinations, even though it's you're looking at water, the particular concern may have bundled water and sewer together. Okay, but the main theme is on the top. So, and down here you'll get additional details. LS stands for lift station. Sometimes we'll have lift station details. This is the wet well, and it shows more detail. There's a pump on the bottom and all the different details as well. So right at the fingertips for each development that we have on file, which have a pretty good expanse selection there. So sometimes you want to look at the actual specs. We have those. Could be in this area as well, all the different sewer nodes. But again, this is an area you can go anywhere in the city. When you click on it, doesn't matter what it's named or the name is changed, it's going to give you either an AutoCAD, a JPEG, or possible overall map in PDF, which is a GIS export. I always recommend looking at that first because it can save you some time to see what you're looking for. Okay, so that is our main the gist of this program actually, and basically you can go anywhere in the city and pull up some kind of data, unless it's completely vacant and it's not a whole lot there. But we also have another way of downloading. Sometimes maybe you get somebody wants some as-built information on a particular name. You don't know where it's located in the city. It's got a funny name, but you have an address. You can click here, this address approximator, and here I'm going to put in something like 7750 Orleans Street. How's that? Okay, maybe it's in an older section, but it puts it on the top. You expand the plus sign, click on here, and what you want to do is right click on that. It's going to zoom to it, and sometimes you see it crunching away, and it's going to put the pin right in the middle of the screen, so you can look for a light blue pin. Okay, so that's what it found it. Now we want some development as-built data. We want some information. We know it's an older area of the city just by its location. I'm going to go ahead and click on this right here. Anywhere inside that orange polygon is fine. It puts it under the results, first heading normally. Click on it and go down to lock.dbo.plat. When you click on it, you're going to see Miramar section 13. That's what it's called. And then open that up. Just click on it. Scroll down to the hyper. Click on development, and it'll bring you the screen. So you may sometimes people look at the overall map, and so we click on 13C, give us a PDF, and maybe I'm looking at this is Orleans Street, right? I said 7750, so Orleans Street is down here. 7750 is down here, so maybe I'm looking at the water. In this case, the sewer is in the backyard. So this is a case where you can look at the overview map first, and if you need to look for the source data, you don't have to worry about drainage in this area, drainage pipe or reuse. The sewer is pretty much far out of the way. You just may be interested in the water pipes. So having said that, now you go back and you can go ahead. There's no CAD as-built on this because it's before CAD was invented. We'll click on the water right here, and we can go ahead, click anywhere. This is Orleans Street. Okay, and look at the source data if we want to look at the source data. You have that option. Okay, you can go down here. You can see some of these look a little bit rough because as the date implies, here if you look on the top, it's November 1959. Okay, these are scanned as-built drawings. Okay, we preserve them by scanning them and also allow them to be accessed through our ArcGIS Server program, and it's there for your availability. You can email this as well if you want. Email picture. You can do original size if you like. Say attach, send it to someone, or you can just print it or just use it for viewing purposes. So we have a number of tools here, and that is the development as-built program. You can basically use this tool down here again to kind of move around in the city, overview. Sometime on this program you just need a few seconds for it to regenerate, and you will again see the city and the different boundaries, plat boundaries, or if it's an unplatted area you might see some other prominent boundary lines, but most of the times they're plat boundary lines. So, and you just click on them and you have a number of data in various formats at your fingertips. I hope this has been useful to you, and just want to thank you and take care now.